Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Math with Mr. W. And we're reducing fractions again, but I have this up here for a different reason. So we've got a fraction up here, 27/18. I'm sure you've already reduced it, but I'm going to take a look at this in terms of how your students might do it, and they're in their third grade. So how would they do it? Would they immediately know that 9 goes into both of them? Would they jump to that? Would they look at maybe 3 goes into both of them? How would they do that? Or would they factor the two numbers? You might say, take out your factor sheets and let's write these down. So up here you write 3 times 3 times 3, which is your factors of 27. And here you write 3 times 3 times 2. Okay, so your students then see you have a 3 over a 3 times a 3 over a 3 times a 3 over a 2. Well, they know that this makes 1, this makes 1. So now they have their answer. 27/18 is 3 halves. And here is what I'm going to be talking about today, 3 halves. They should all be able to reduce 3 halves down to 3 halves. That's something they all should be able to do. But it's the next step that I have all of us thinking about. This is a pure fraction. Remember we talked about being pure fraction. It's the scale ratio, 3 to 2, 3 to 2. Now, are we going to change this? You're thinking now, aren't you? Are we going to change this? Well, if you were asked to measure something, if you're truly measuring something, and this was in inches, and you wanted to make this 1.5 inches, then that makes sense. We would change it to inches. So for measuring, that's a good idea. So if we're thinking of measuring, then it's a good idea. Now, what happens if we're in science? Science is so caught up in small things, and they love decimal points. They like having to know what's behind the decimal point. And we know that 1/2 is the same as 0.5. So 1 and 5/10. 5/10. So we change the 1/2 to 5/10. But I already know it's 1/2, which is the scale ratio. So why would I change it to 5/10? Well, that might be for science. Okay? So it doesn't pay to put it like this, and it doesn't mean much to put it like this unless we're measuring something. This is a pure fraction. Leave it alone when it comes to math. I will not refer to this as the word that's used in so many texts and by so many teachers, improper. There's nothing improper about it. It's pure, fully reduced fraction. So don't refer to it as something that's improper, because it's not. It's a pure fraction. So leave it as 3 halves. So again, if it's measuring 1.5, it makes it easier to understand where it is on the number line, and we're measuring on the number line. We see how many inches it is, how many feet it is, 1.5 feet, or we're baking a cake and we got 1.5 cups of flour. That's good. If it's science, then they want some kind of a decimal, fine, 0.5, but we know that's 5/10, and 5/10 is like this, and that's not a fully reduced fraction. So leave it alone as 3 halves in math, as a pure fraction, and your students won't have to go any further. They're going to be happy. You're going to be happy. And I think in the long run, it's going to make life a lot easier for them. So have a great day, and we'll see you next time on Math with Mr. W.